y'all, it's Natalie for A Cherry on Top, and it's already time again for our design team YouTube hop. First of the month, we love to do a YouTube hop. We're going to focus on dies today. So I'm using that really fun star border die by Lawn Fawn. And I'm also using the Gamer Collection by Photo Paper to document this picture of me and my family at the Ed Sheeran concert. There was a mural at a local place near the concert where we went to eat first, so we had to take a picture with the mural. And then a lot of the colors in the mural are primary colors, so I decided to pull out the Gamer Collection by Photoplay because it matched, and the background of the mural was black and this paper was black, and it had ones and zeros because the collection is about, you know, being a gamer and computers and things like that. But I thought I could also go with the theme. His concert series is the Mathematics tour because all of his albums, I think like the last 4 albums, have been part of a series that the Mathematics series, and he calls them by different mathematic, I think like equations maybe. I don't really know. I'm not that huge of an Ed Sheeran fan, unfortunately. He was amazing. But my kid loves them, so that's why we went. So I decided to use the Bella Boulevard bright cardstock. I tried to go with this white one, and I was like, well, that's boring after that green one. So I pulled the green one back out, and I want to back the stars in the die cut with this glitter. But I did want to lighten up the green because it's a little like a lot of bright colors going on. So I decided to use the 2 dies, and I'm going to do the outline in this bright white here, and then I'm going to do the insides with glitter that matches additional primary colors in the papers and the photo. So I will say the insides that go behind the frame of the border die are pretty delicate. Like you can see it kind of came apart because they're barely attached. All the stars are barely attached. But when you glue them down, you can just glue them back together, and it's like, it never happened. Like you'll never know. But just to have to be careful with that. So I did a blue glitter, an orange glitter, and a red glitter. And I did 3 white borders, and now I'm going to use my Nuvo adhesive to stick the white on top of the glitter colors to create little strips. And you could also just do the same inside color. So I could have done like all blue, done 3 blue, and then I could have stuck them all together. And I don't think that you would ever know where one began and one ended as long as you lined them up nicely when you were gluing them down. I saw this little die and I was like, oh, that is fun. And I love that. And I think that I could use it a lot. Stars are fun, and I think that I would get a lot of use out of this die, and it's really little, and so it's affordable. It's gonna be a great piece in my stash, I think. So I'm just the glue doesn't like to stick to glitter really well, so I stuck down some things on top of it to make sure that everything adhered nicely. And I'm keeping all of those little white inside pieces that came out of the top portion of the die because I'm going to use them as embellishments on my page. So now I'm going to take the 2 pieces of paper. I think one is called Gamer Glitch, and then one is called Virtual Reality. Those are the 2 papers that I used from the Gamer Collection. And I'm going to make them mostly into tags, some of them independents, I guess is the other option. And that's kind of the idea that I'm going with there. So that's what I want it to look like. I'm going to put the border stars up at the top. But we're going to work with it a little bit more before we commit and stick everything down. I'm going to make the title. I love these Doodlebug Puffy Alphas. They have tons of every letter, so you can get so many really long titles out of them. So I'm going with the red color, and it's going to say the only math we're doing this summer because it's the Mathematics tour. We went to the concert during the summer. I just thought it would be kind of fun. I actually asked my kid, I was like, is this a good title? And he was like, yeah, that's cool. So I gutted some white cardstock to use the inside. I didn't want to like waste it, I can reuse it. So I'm going to rough up the edges of the green paper after I trimmed it down just a little bit, but I thought it would be nice to have a white border. It would help tie the background into the embellishments of like the white stars that I'm doing. And I'm also going to do white splatter to soften up the harshness of the green cardstock. And just to add distress to it because that's my jam and that's what I like to do. So I give it a nice white border, and now I'm also going to rough up all of the tags that I cut. And I like that because it has a white core inside of the cardstock, and so that again adds a little pop of white along the top there of where I'm going to stick all those tags and pin it together. And just kind of giving this cohesive white theme throughout the page. I like to do that, repeat the elements to make the page really nice and cohesive. And I'm going to pop up the photo on some foam tape there in the middle. This is our design team hop. We do these once a month. If you hop along and leave comments on everyone's video, then you will be entered for a chance to win $15 store credit to a cherry on top. And that's really a generous prize. There's not very many videos to watch and comment on. So I hope you guys get lots of inspiration on how to use dies in your crafting. We have different type of crafters on our design team. We have scrapbookers, and we have card makers, and we have memory planners, and we have regular planners, and very artsy gals and more traditional scrapbooker gals. And it's really fun to see what everybody comes up with during these hops. So I have used some water to make liquid some white gesso, because that will keep its white and not blend in too much into that background. And then I'm also going to use this mica spray by Tim Holtz, and I'm using a pewter color, and it's going to give me a really nice dark shiny splatter as well. I just let it dry. I'm aiding it along with my heat gun there, and now I'm going to commit to sticking down all the little pennants and tags that I made. I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive on the middle of each of them so that I can kind of bend up the edges and give it a lot of nice dimension. I like to have a lot of dimension on my page. Like I said, I was going to pop up that photo on some foam tape too. So again, that adds the dimension as well. So I really love the gamer collection. My kids are gamers. Not that I take a ton of pictures of them, but I have been trying to more so lately of them gaming. But I thought this was a fun way to use this collection that doesn't really have anything to do with gaming. It just matched the mural that we were standing in front of. And also, if you get a chance to see Ed Sheeran in concert, he was amazing. He's quite the musician, and he moved around that stage, like ran around that stage. That was also a moving stage the entire time. His setup is amazing. So, and he's really awesome. Yeah, it was a good show. But it was on a Saturday night in downtown Nashville, and I will never do that again. Lord, I miss old Nashville, man. It was a hot mess. Getting out of there any which way, going out, no matter, we've been here forever. We know all the back roads. It was no way out. Like, it was awful. It took us probably over an hour just to get out of Nashville. 0 stars on that. Even though we have stars on the layout, but the concert was awesome. So I'm going to kind of do I don't know what you would call this, like a upside down triangle pattern. So you have like the base of the triangle is the paper in the photo, and then I kind of bring it to a point down here with my title. We're gonna going down to the point of the triangle, and then I'll add a little bit of handwriting. I'm only gonna actually put Ed Sheeran to show that we were at the Ed Sheeran concert, and then I'm gonna embellish with the stars that came out of the die. So those are the parts of the stars that are cut out of the white border from the die. And those are a couple stickers from the Photo Play sticker sheet. I just made one into an X and one into a plus because that's like mathematics, right? And then I'm gonna just use the stars. There's 2 different size stars, so I love that. And so I'm just gonna kind of alternate them around the title here and then bring them to a point down at the bottom. So that is the dry gesso. So if you're ever looking for white splatter, white acrylic paint or white gesso is the best bet for that. But I was really happy with how that did not blend into the background. So I'm going to use my white gel pen there just to write Ed Sheeran. So like we know we're at the Ed Sheeran concert. It says it on the mural, but just to reiterate it because it's kind of hard to see. And then I have a few icon stamps for my stash that I'm just going to add in. I have a music note and a microphone and a guitar because he's quite the guitarist. And my son plays the guitar, and he's been really into Ed Sheeran lately, and so we could get like the upper cheap seats, a little cheap being relative terms, and so you mostly double the cost once you add those Ticketmaster fees, really. But it was their first show. I thought that would be a really great thing for them to say. My first concert was Ed Sheeran, and he plays guitar like Ed Sheeran, and hopefully like he's been trying to like do some of his stuff. So hopefully he can use him as some inspiration. And yeah, I want to always keep him playing guitar as long as possible, even when he complains when I make him practice. So yeah, I had a lot of fun making this page. I hope you guys are inspired. Let me know if you have any questions. Dies are some of my most used supply. I love dies because they're so versatile, because you can cut them out of so many different papers and give off so many different vibes with the same die. And also, it's just one of those products that you can add to your stash and it's never going to run out, right? So like, you're always going to have the die to use on every single page, even when there's no more scrapbooking supplies, or there's only digital scrapbooking supplies. You can print yourself a digital paper and cut it out with your dies. So I definitely love to invest in those, especially things like this star border that I think that I can use on so many different pages. It'll be perfect for birthdays. It'll be perfect for any time that my kids are on stage. It'll be perfect for, I mean, you can use stars to embellish anything, really, right? So the last time I used stars was to talk about Heath's hair, and it didn't really have anything to do with stars, but it was a fun embellishment. So yeah, I hope you guys are inspired. Let me know if you have any questions. I'd love it if you like and subscribe, and check out my affiliate link down below. Hop around and win store credit to a cherry on top. Thank you guys for watching. Bye, y'all.